To know more about the Eastern philosophy in education, let's watch this. Now showing!
In Western philosophy, progress means non-attachment and development of one's inner being. Education is a way of achieving wisdom, maintaining the family structure, establishing the law, and providing the social and economic concerns. And education is necessary for this life and for achieving life in the hereafter. What is philosophy? The term philosophy means love of wisdom. Philosophy is an activity people undertake when they seek to understand fundamental truths about themselves, the world in which they live, and the relationship to the world and to each other. There are four major Eastern philosophies. First, we have Hinduism. Second, we have Buddhism. Third, we have Taoism. And fourth, we have Confucianism. In Hinduism, the ultimate goal of education is Hindu philosophy, is to achieve revelation or Brahman. Hinduism argues that the truth empowerment emerges through an understanding of the sources of knowledge, not just its component, which in turn leads to unity with the universe. In Hindu philosophy, they focus on Shiksha or education as value-based worthwhile learning or Shintamani Yugi. They believe that through education, one can attain the skills essential for living or survival, but Vidya is attained for life. Through Shiksha, one can become successful, but having Vidya is having the ability to attain wisdom. Thus, not all educated individuals are necessarily buddhiman or wise. There is current usage of the term Vidya includes the following. First, to attain knowledge, you must learn about something in a specific field or area. Second, to provide knowledge, you must to teach. Third, to concentrate in studies, you must be devoted towards studies. And fourth, the formal education system is very important to attain knowledge. Buddhism. The chief aim of Buddhist education is all-around development of child's personality. This includes his physical, mental, moral, and intellectual development. The other aims of Buddhist education are to make a free man, a wise, intelligent, moral, non-violent, and secular man. Educational implication of Buddhist philosophy. First, we have cosmopolitan. Buddhist education was free from communal narrowness. There was no favoritism on the basis of caste, creed in the centers. Second, total development of personality. Buddhist education laid much emphasis on the physical, mental, and spiritual development of the novice. Even today, the aim of education is integration of personality that can be developed the various aspects of individual which are interlinked. Third, no corporal punishment. Corporal punishment were absolutely forbidden, which is also very true in the present scenario of education. Fourth, positivism. Buddhist philosophy is positivistic and has a careful logistic systematization of ideas. Fifth, ethical. It is ethical, the Eightfold Path to Nirvana makes a universal appeal. Sixth, we have democratic. It is a democratic as it believes in freedom of inquiry. 7. Democratic and republican procedures were followed while running the educational institutions. 8. Development of good conduct. The entire techniques of Buddhism provide direction to develop good conduct, and which is also the essence of a sound system of education. Also, it believes in karma, lays stress on the necessity to be constantly on the vigil to maintain one's conduct in the present life. 9. We have moral discipline. The Buddha bhikkhu or monk took the vows of chastity and poverty. Character was the basis of moral discipline. Emphasis on the manual skills. Trainings of manual skills like spinning and weaving was emphasized to enable men to earn for a living. 10. We have pragmatic. Everything is in a state of flux, as it is only momentary. Change is the rule of the universe. It does not believe in the absolutism. It is witnessed in the present era of globalization. 11. The methods of teaching. The methods of instruction was oral, like preaching, repetition, exposition, discussion, and debates were all used. Buddhist council organized seminars to discuss the major issues at length. Learned conferences, meditation, educational tours. What is Taoism? The Taoist education is a solo quest without walls or boundaries. The Taoist seeks to understand the naturalness of everything as it exists in the present. Instead of trying to know each separate piece, the Taoists try to understand the whole, for the whole is the Tao. In his famous collection of teaching, the Tao Te Ching or Lao Tzu explains how to act in accordance with the alternating cycles of nature. In other words, a person needs to go with the flow. Looking at a few important quotes from the work reveals deep wisdom on how to better navigate life. The first teaching of Taoism is simplicity, patience, and compassion. These are three greatest treasures. Simple in actions and thoughts, you return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies, you accord with the way things are. Compassionate towards yourself, you reconcile all being in the world. What does it teach? Life can get complicated quite easily, but sometimes all we need to do is get back to the basic. When feeling overwhelmed, these guidelines present essential rules on how to manage actions, relationships, and self-worth in a few concise sentences. Second, going with the flow. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. It explains the concept of wu-wei, uncontrived action or natural non-intervention in life. Rather than fighting against the conditions in our lives, we can allow things to take their natural course. This can also mean that when you don't know what to do nothing. Instead, only jump at opportunities when you feel ready. Third, we have letting go. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Many Eastern philosophies remind us of the only true constants in the life, change and death. While not an easy thing to do, accepting these facts of life can release you from as much suffering and bring freedom in life. We must remember to let go and allow life to take its forth harmony. Tao engenders one, one engenders two, two engenders three, three engenders all things. All things carry the yin or femininity, while embrace the yang or masculinity. Neutralizing energy brings them into harmony. The Chinese of yin and yang describes nature in dualities with two opposite, complementary, and interdependent forces. In other words, two halves balancing together that makes a whole. Yin and yang always flows unchanged with time. One aspect increases as the other aspect decreases. And this balance continues as a pattern in nature. The night becomes the day, the sky meets the earth. Examining and understanding these patterns in ourselves and around us brings more balance in life. For example, a person that becomes too rigid may break under pressure. Instead, they should become softer and more flexible to restore the balance of yin to yang. Confucianism, the core of Confucian educational philosophy, is how we learn to be human. To Confucius, lifelong learning enables human beings to realize and practice their true nature and live happily in and with the worlds of different kinds universe, nature, society, and other human beings, and inner self. It aims to develop not only to the man of virtue, but the man of learning and of good manners. Curriculum, subject of study, the classics, self-improvement, or human values. Teacher. A good teacher should continually be a good student, patient, persevering, and an attentive listener in order to learn from his students how to teach them. The methods used, first is to development through self-examination, then
how can Eastern philosophy impact the education? The Eastern philosophy saw the importance of the teacher in acquainting people with new doctrines and providing instruction in things one must do to achieve a good life. Eastern philosophy believes that education is a way to achieve wisdom, maintain the family structure, establishing the law, providing for social and economic structure, and achieving a good life in the hereafter. Eastern philosophy focuses more in intuition, mysticism, tranquility. Progress means non-attachment, royalty rules and beliefs, and concern primarily with social and vocational skills. The importance of achieving wisdom, enlightenment, is supreme in Eastern philosophy. In conclusion, the Eastern normally obtain the knowledge directly from their teachings of religion, such as Islam, Buddhism, Confucianism, Hinduism, and Taoism.